The Discovery riverboats in Animal Kingdom just never worked, no matter how Disney tried to salvage them. And like most weird things about the early days of Animal Kingdom, its problems stem from Beastly Kingdom, a land based on myths that was originally meant for opening day of the park, but due to budget issues, it was delayed indefinitely. Imagineers wanted to still have a piece of Beastly Kingdom in the park, so they planned to have guests on the Discovery riverboat sail past the Cave of the River Dragon, featuring a full-size animatronic of the mighty beast. This show scene is what would have elevated the riverboats into a truly great attraction. But sadly, once again, the dragon was cut for budgetary reasons, leaving the ride without its signature moment. Interestingly, it was still planned for the ride late enough into development that there were Happy Meal toys based off of it. There were 2 stations that guests could board from. One was in Safari Village, which was the original name for Discovery Island, the hub of the park, and not the name of the village around the safari. Guests who boarded here sailed past the Dragon's Cave, and while the dragon was sadly unseen since they didn't build it, a burst of fire would come out. Originally nearby would be the charred remains of knights, but much like the dead elephant on the safari ride, guests at the park preview days thought these were a bit too grim of a visual, so they were removed almost immediately. There wasn't much else to see on this side of the river before getting to the other dock in Asia. The second leg featured an animatronic of the Iguanodon from Dinosaur, but aside from that, the only other thing on this half was some fountains. The lines were long, the ride was boring, and guests hated it. Disney tried to save the ride by rebranding it as the Discovery River Taxis. It was made clear to guests that this was more of a method of transportation than an attraction. The problem was that it sucked as a transportation method. Boats are slow, and the docks were way too close together, only about a 5-minute walk away from each other, so riding the boats was worse than walking. Next, Disney tried to salvage it by giving the skippers small animals that they could show off to riders, which was a cute idea, but Animal Kingdom had so many better experiences like this that guests could already do without needing to wait in a line, or ride a boring boat. So if it didn't work as a regular ride, a method of transportation, or as an animal encounter, there was only one logical thing left for Disney to try: to turn it into a Radio Disney party cruise. And like all good party cruises, dancing was forbidden, as guests had to remain fully seated throughout the entire ride. A pre-recorded DJ who claimed to be broadcasting live from the top of the Tree of Life would blast some kid-friendly pop music as the skippers still tried to do small animal demonstrations. Shockingly, the Radio Disney cruise didn't become the fan-favorite experience Michael Eisner was hoping for. It didn't help that around this time the Iguanodon was mysteriously removed. The rumor is that there were issues with the figure that were too expensive to fix, so Disney did the only reasonable thing. They skinned it and sent its robotic skeleton to the backlot tour in Paris. In August of 1999, the riverboats closed for good, only about a year and a half after the park opened. Since then, the docks have mostly been used for meet and greets, and the boats were moved to help bring guests to and from the Magic Kingdom. And the dragonless Dragon's Cave still sits on the river's edge near the Bridge to Pandora to this day. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you didn't enjoy it, comment to let me know so that I can try and rebrand from History in 5 Minutes to Radio Disney Party Cruise in 5 Minutes. I really think that could save it.